and life. Yes, hop aboard this train of thought every Saturday. Health is wealth. Life is good. One.
Into your soul, grabs you by the heart, and it won't let go. Can you do it? Ooh, let your mind be free. Lay it on the line and escape with me. Let it never end. Let it never end. Let it never end. Make this night last forever. Rhapsodize me. Make me your sweet melody. Rhapsodize me. Take me down to ecstasy. Won't you open your lips? Tell me what I miss. Make me your bliss. Go on and rhapsodize. Are you listening? 'Cause it's all around, even when there's nothing there to make a sound. Are you open? Close your eyes and see. Picture what is now and what could be. Let it never end. Let it never end. Let it never end. Whoa, make this night last forever. Rhapsodize me. Make me your sweet melody. Rhapsodize me. Take me down to ecstasy. Won't you open your lips? Tell me what I miss. Make me a wish. Go on and I can hear you trying to say what is on your mind. You understand? Straight your love, rhapsodize and let it go. I can hear you trying to say what is on your mind. You understand? Straight your love, rhapsodize and let it go. I can hear you trying to say what is on your mind. You understand? Straight your love, rhapsodize and let it go. I can hear you trying to say what is on your mind. You understand? Straight your love, rhapsodize and let it never end, and do it once again and then again. Rhapsodize me. Make me your sweet melody. Rhapsodize me. Take me down to ecstasy. Won't you open your lips? Tell me what I miss. Make me a bliss. Go on and rhapsodize. Rhapsodize me. Make me a sweet melody. Rhapsodize me.
Regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. But you can't be any geek off the street. With
Regulators!
the steal, if you know what I mean. Earn
Mount up!
Regulators! Mount up.
Welcome back to the show.
I keep forgetting.
I want to go old school with it. Welcome back to the show. I didn't read Tiffany Van Person Hill's her message. She says, he's wearing it wrong just like your ass, talking about Tyreek Hill. I would expect that from someone who's not a fashionetta like myself. I would expect that. You don't understand how we think, all right? We're at a different level of fashion. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, so you wouldn't understand the sleeveless hoodie. You're a couple of years away from understanding the sleeveless hoodie, woman. Joining me on the line right now is my man Jeff Fox, from 640 to Hurricane down in Miami. Also host of the Jeff Fox Show on the Two Live Stews Radio Network. Jeff, what the deal, baby?
Oh, man, madness in South Florida, I say.
Yeah.
There's major madness going on right now. Fans down here in an uproar, Dolphin fans waking up. I thought this was some sort of an April Fool's joke. I was like, wait a minute, it's not April,
Right.
But the Miami Dolphins, Doug, have traded running back Jay Ajayi to the Philadelphia Eagles for a fourth-round pick.
Wow.
A fourth-round pick. Now, what that tells you is, let me kind of refresh what's been going on down here. After the Dolphins got smoked 40-0 by the Baltimore Ravens last week, Gaines had a press conference where he absolutely went off. He blasted the whole team. He mentioned that he was pissed about his best players on offense being the main reason that the offense is struggling. The Miami Dolphins right now, the worst offense in the NFL. Right at the very bottom. Jay Ajayi is not performing well. Jay Cutler stinks. They thought they had a spark with Matt Moore the other night, and we saw what happened in Baltimore. So basically, Coach Gates is saying, if his best players are not performing, he's going to dump you, or he's going to you're going to hit the bench. But I didn't expect him to trade Jay Ajayi. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're talking to Jeff Fox right now from Miami, talking about the Miami Dolphins who traded away Jay Ajayi for a fourth-round draft pick. And that's the thing that this guy really, when he first burst on the scene, was one of the more explosive backs in the NFL. But they trade him away for a fourth-round pick. So it does seem like they were just trying to get anything for him just to get him out of the locker room.
Absolutely. This wasn't a trade for value. This was a dump. They just wanted to get rid of him. And I don't know if he was a cancer in the locker room. I'm hearing from sources on the street that Ajayi may have stepped to the coach the wrong way. And I can't believe that an NFL coach would get in his feelings like that and get rid of a guy who challenged his authority. It's a possibility. I can't confirm that. But clearly, Doug, this is a dump. It's not for value. They just wanted to get rid of this guy.
Hey, as bad as the loss looked to the Ravens last week, and we're talking to Jeff Fox, host of for Miami Hurricanes football on 640 to Hurricane down in South Florida, about the Miami Dolphins and this Jay Ajayi trade that went down about an hour ago now. As bad as that loss was to the Ravens last week that you just talked about, they had a great win against the Falcons. Record is 4-3 right now. Like, what happened in between the Falcons' win here in Atlanta and the Baltimore Ravens debacle?
Well, that's just the thing. The Ravens own the Dolphins. Every time they play them, they get physically beat up by the Ravens. It's just a bad matchup for them. The Dolphins, I thought, felt pretty good about themselves going into the Baltimore game, but it all came crashing down. And this coach apparently has little patience for BS, and he called out his entire team. Again, the offensive line, I think, is really, really underperforming. He said it was his best player. So, again, you pointed Jay Ajayi, and then I'm hearing now that the other one on the trading block at this very moment is wide receiver Jarvis Landry, that he can be had for the right price right now. So when Adam Gase said he was going to shake things up, he absolutely meant it. So at any moment, we had a 4 o'clock trading deadline. At any moment, Jarvis Landry could be next to go. Coach said he was going to shake things up, and clearly he meant it. Again, getting rid of Jay Ajayi for a 4th-round pick. Dolphin fans are furious about this. Meanwhile, Eagles fans are delirious because they get a guy that ran for 1,272 yards last year on nearly 5 yards a carry, back-to-back 200-yard games. I don't know why you get rid of a player like this.
Yeah.
I think the problem is up front on that offensive line for the Miami Dolphins. And we'll see, by the way, Jay Ajayi performs in Philadelphia, because this is a major win for the Eagles, the best team in football right now, record-wise.
Yeah, so they got a definite two-headed monster up there with LeGarrette Blount now. Jay Ajayi, they're going to be able to run the football. Everybody's loving Carson Wentz, so it looks good for Philly. Before I let you go, man, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk to you about your Hurricanes. Right now, 7-0 in the year. Just got a win over North Carolina this past weekend. They got a couple of tough ones coming up, though. They take on Virginia Tech. as well as Notre Dame. Do you believe in the Hurricanes? Right now, they're ranked number 9 in the country. We actually got the first college football playoff come out tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. What are your thoughts about the Canes thus far? Do you believe in them, or do you think that it's somewhat some smoke and mirrors? And I don't expect you to throw the Miami Hurricanes under the bus, but what are your thoughts about the Hurricanes really vying for a national championship this year, second year under Mark Richt?
Well, I can't believe what I'm saying that they're 7-0, but I think it's more smoke and mirrors right now. Until they show me that they can have a good game, a complete game, and beat a quality opponent. They've had a great opportunity to prove that Saturday against Virginia Tech, and then the following week against Notre Dame. And if they win those games, I don't care how they win them, just win them. If they win those games, I'll buy into them. But I haven't bought into them yet.
You know what?
Pretty close calls. Too many below-average teams. You struggle against a one-win North Carolina team on Saturday. I think that the national media was like, hell no.
Right.
We're not buying into this.
Right.
Mark Richt, though, Doug, Mark Richt says, I'm not going to apologize for being undefeated. We win. And he said he has a young team. He tried to explain that because a lot of Canes fans have been down on this team because they felt they keep getting away every week. The bottom line is, Herman Edwards said it best, you play to win the game.
Yeah.
They've been winning the games.
Yeah, very good point. And what are your thoughts, and I guess what are the streets saying about the job that Mark Richt has done down there with the Hurricanes in his second year? We're super happy here in Georgia with the Georgia Bulldogs, with the
Right.
Georgia Bulldogs and Kirby Smart and the job that he's done in 2 years in Athens. What about the overall job and making the U back into the U from back in the day?
You just mentioned it, Doug. Only his second year. I'm ecstatic. I think Canes Nation is as well. Remember, we just got it from under the shadow of Al Golden.
Right.
The ultimate embarrassment of was when we lost to I think it was Clemson, like 52-0 at home. So we've come a long way from where the Canes used to be. Now we've got the much talked about turnover chain. There's some excitement. All the old Hurricanes are back. This team is just young. They don't know how to really, and the great thing is they don't know how to blow opponents out or whatever. They struggle to do that, but they find ways to win. And I think what Mark Richt has done, as well as Manny Diaz, the defensive coordinator, they've changed the way these guys think mentally. They're flying all over the place. They're creating turnovers. And, it's kind of reminiscent of the old Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Now the thing that has to happen with this team is they need to put it all together and play a complete football game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think another big adjustment too, Doug, under Al Golden, we kept doing the same mistakes in the first half, and it would continue in the second half. Under Mark Richt, you can see the discipline. If something's not going right in the first half, they adjust at halftime. That's the mark of a good coach.
Yeah.
So
I
like the fact that they do that.
Yeah, I love the turnover chain, bringing a little bit of swag back to Miami
Yes.
into that program. I love the turnover chain.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I'm looking for the NCAA at some point to try to come up with a reason to ban it and make it another Miami rule that they
Yeah.
want to get rid of.
Yeah.
But it's clearly it's so Miami. I wrote a column on the sportsbros.com last week saying that the turnover chain is so Miami because it is. It's kind of who we are. We play with that passion, with that fire, and the fans love the turnover chain. So it's definitely something that sparked the defense. And, I mean, the sky's the limit for this team right now. I think they are ranked where they deserve to be ranked. If you look at the performance of Notre Dame over the weekend and Virginia Tech, all those teams are playing great football. Miami has yet to put a game like that together, but they're winning.
Yeah. From 640 to Hurricane in Miami, also host of the Jeff Fox Show on the Two Live Stews Radio Network. My man, Jeff Fox. Jeff, thank you, brother.
No doubt, man. So, Stewie, I'll be back soon.
There he is. Jeff Fox. All right. When we get back from the break, we'll kind of comment on what Jeff had to say about Miami and about the Hurricanes. Pretty much, he kind of echoes my thoughts about both teams. But we'll do that. We'll also jump back in the chat room on Spreaker.com. I also give you number 3 on my list of top 5 candy bars of all times in honor of Halloween today. And we are paying tribute